Good afternoon, everybody. We'd like to welcome you to the L.R. Hill Sports Complex to meet with Old Dominion quarterback Taylor Heinicke, who had a remarkable performance against New Hampshire in ODU's 64-61 victory. Obviously, with his record-breaking performance, we've had a lot of media requests for Taylor for this week. We thought it was best to give you an opportunity to talk to him all at once. I'm going to now introduce to you the CAA Player of the Week for the third time, and this week's National Sports Network Co-Offensive Player of the Week, Taylor Heinicke. He's going to open up with a couple words, and then we'll open it up to questions.
I just want to say thank you to all the fans and supporters throughout this whole process. It's meant a lot to our team and the whole program.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. I'll point to you, and then you can ask Taylor your question. Kevin Rafferty from WTKR.
Taylor, can you describe what your life's been like the past 48 hours?
It's been very hectic. I get back in the locker room, and after the big win, I have about 50 text messages and a bunch of notifications on Facebook, and it's just been nonstop since. So I've been trying to stay away from all that. Trying to focus on Richmond this week, and we'll start tomorrow practice.
Brian Parsons from Wavy.
At what point did you know that you had set all these records? When did you find out?
Not until after the game.
Throughout the whole after the game, though.
Huh?
Like immediately afterwards, or?
After everyone was celebrating, after Coach made his speech, Coach Wickham, the quarterback coach, came in, and he was so excited, and I was like, why are you so excited? He held stat sheet, and he's like, you hold new records now. He wanted to take all the credit for it, so we had a good time after the game.
I mean, the fact that you did it against a nationally ranked team, how does that give it more credibility to do it against a team with that caliber?
Well, I would much rather have it be against a nationally ranked team than someone that was just like a warm-up game. So it actually was credible, but their defense was really good in the first two quarters. We didn't know what they were doing. It took some time for us to get started, and in the second half, we felt like we could go down and score a lot. So, I credit the offensive linemen for sticking in there. All the receivers did great, and the coaching staff did great too.
Questions? Ed Alexander.
Taylor, Bobby brought this up at the press conference today. Your 55 completions, there was no stat stuffing there. They were all necessary. Talk about the importance of all those yards and all those completions in the third and fourth quarter.
Well, absolutely. We just felt like just take what they give us. They were leaving the flats wide open. So I just threw it to Vaughn and Nick out there in the flats and let them do their thing. They break like 10 tackles and go score a touchdown. Jaquil, he broke like 5 tackles, scored a touchdown. We have really good athletes out there. So we feel like if you just throw a 5-yard pass, it's just as good as throwing a 20-yard pass and tackle immediately. So it's coaching.
Harry Minium, Virginia Pilot.
Taylor, did you see yourself on TV this weekend, ESPN or any of the Fox Sports News or any of those networks?
Yeah, after the game, I got a lot of text messages like, "You see yourself on ESPN?" I was like, "No." So I was sitting there watching ESPN, and it never came up, and then I was finally watching NBC, and in the halftime of the Notre Dame Michigan game, I saw myself, and it was unreal. I never thought that ever happen.
Mr. Crown.
Are you worried about any kind of letdown from this game? I mean, it's an incredibly emotional game. How will you handle all the tension around that, trying to be focused going forward?
I'm trying to enjoy this opportunity in the past 2 days. But again, tomorrow we have to focus on Richmond and the rest of the week. And this was just one game that we came back and won. That was the most important part. And we start on Richmond tomorrow morning.
Dave Fairbank, Daily Press.
Did you foresee you being able to do something like this, a performance like this?
Absolutely not. With the offense we have, just taking the easy completions, it's just one of those things that, our receivers really held this record for me. They caught everything. There's only about 2 or 3 drops in the game, and they make some crazy plays after they catch the ball, and our offensive line just give me some time to throw. It's the Old Dominion offense record, I believe, and I credit all to the coaches and all of our offensive players.
Questions? Brian Parsons.
Which of the records are you most proud of?
The biggest thing I'm proud of is definitely the win, and I think the best thing throughout the whole stats was there's no interceptions. Throughout the game, if we had any turnovers, it would have been totally different. I don't think we would have won the game. So I think the best statistic I had was 0 interceptions, but the most I'm proud of is probably the yards. It's unreal. I never would have thought I would have that many yards.
Do you think it's possible that you could do it again?
No, it's going to be tough to double that game, but I'm going to go into every game trying to beat it. I think there's no other way to not go into a game. Just try to get as many yards as you can.
Dave Fairbank?
What did the second half feel like once you guys started to get into an offensive rhythm? What's that like for a quarterback? And kind of talk a little bit about just sort of what you see and how effective everything was.
Well, yeah. Again, in the first half, it was just tough. We couldn't really move the ball. In the second half, we went in halftime, and we knew that our offense is explosive. We knew that we could get one or two play drive. Against Campbell, we had about 3 or 4 drives. It was just 1 or 2 plays and a touchdown. So we knew that we'd get back in the game quick, and just say keep on doing our thing. The defense is going to step up eventually, and they did. And we were all proud of them.
Kevin Rafferty, WTKR.
So can you just talk about the job the offensive line did for you?
Absolutely. That's one of our hardest working crews on the team. They work so hard. They're a very tight-knit group, and I'm proud of all of them. All 5 starters played all 112 snaps in that heat, and the pace of our offense, it's unbelievable. They work so hard, and I credit everything to them.
Bob Molinaro, Virginia Pilot.
What did you do after the game?
I went back to the tailgating spot where my mom was at. Just hung out, ate some food with friends. Yeah, just with the family. And went back, took a nap. Was tired, and then went to Monarch Grill, watched some more football. So it was.
We asked you after the game if your arm was tired, and you said it was. Were you just tired and more tired in general than a typical game?
Absolutely, and I got a hit a couple of times when I was running, and I had a little contusion on my elbow, but with some ice and stuff, I'm fine now.
Questions? Kevin Rafferty, WTKR.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Obviously, congrats, great performance. Is there any concerns about Wilder for you? The fact, you really just used your arm the whole game, and you really didn't need to use the run game. That's something you guys are going to look forward to, working on things this week, or is it something where you can just say, hey, if we need to throw, we can throw the whole game?
Well, they have a really good run defense. New Hampshire did, and they played the read offense really well. So we felt like we had to pass the ball against them. With the run plays we did have, we were very little successful in it. Our longest run was about 5 yards, but they're a really good rush defense. So we felt like we had to pass the ball against them.
Any follow-ups on the phone?
Hey Taylor, this is Tim Burrell, the Richmond Times-Dispatch. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Can you tell me where you think you are in your progression as a quarterback right now?
There's still a lot to work on. I look back on film, and my feet were very slow this game. I don't know why, but I was just going through the motions with my feet, and that's something I really need to work on. Also, I wasn't on every read. I made some bad throws. The expectation between me and my coach, quarterback coach, Coach Wickham, is be perfect. We want 100% completion percentage, no interceptions, and that's what we're striving for towards every practice and game.
Last question. Can you just talk about the fact that you guys can't win the CAA title this year? You can still earn a playoff bid automatically. Still win a playoff bid. Has that been extra motivation kind of for you guys, saying, hey, it doesn't matter how we win these games, we just have to win these games to get into the postseason?
Absolutely. Every game's the biggest game of the season. If we lose a game, it just puts a burden on us that we have to win the next game. So we go into every game feeling like we have to win it, and so at the end of the season, there's no excuses on why we can't get in the playoffs.
Any more questions? Harry Minham, Virginia Pilot.
Taylor, what about all this? A press conference, this sort of thing, or did you have any idea that any of this would happen?
Absolutely not. No.
This soon in your career, or?
No. I was, coming in last year, trying to redshirt, get to learn offense behind Thomas, and just get to know the offense better. And when he went down and they threw me in, it all changed from there. And I really credit the coaches. They've really helped me out throughout this whole process, made it easy for me. And again, when you're blessed with the receivers I have and the offensive line we have and the strength and conditioning coaches we have, it's a great program here, and I just credit the whole football program.
You said you still have a lot to work on, but at this point, after 13 games, you don't go into a game lacking confidence. You have command.
I mean, as a quarterback, I don't think you can lack confidence. I think you can go in there with as much confidence as you can have, and because you're the leader of the offense, you have to lead the team, and so I go in every game, expecting us to be perfect, and every little thing that we do wrong, we're trying to fix that up in practice or on the sideline when we get back to the sideline after a drive or so. So I don't think it's a lack of confidence. I just think that we're just trying to always get better.
You consider yourself a leader of the offense, vocal leader?
I was not very vocal before this game. I was just more of a laid-back guy. Everyone just tried to do their job, and then I don't know, someone got into me on the sideline. I just, I started getting people's butt, and I just, we really wanted to win this game.
You were falling behind.
Absolutely. This season's too big, for us just to fall apart, and I just started getting people's butt, and I could see it in their eyes. They wanted to turn it around, and in the second half, everyone had a different mentality. It was totally different.
So is this going to carry over, you think? So you're going to be more vocal, or?
I hope I don't have to be, but if I do, then I will.
Fairbanks Daily Press.
Do you recall at what point you went over and kind of gave the defense a pep talk, and what prompted you to do that?
I think it was when we were down by 16. I felt like when we came out the second half, a lot of people kind of thought that we weren't in the game. We just needed something to spark us up. So when we got down by 16, I felt like more people were like, the crowd got back into it. So I went over to the defense, just give us one stop. Just one stop, we'll get down to a one-possession game. And then from there, it'll be a totally different game. The crowd will be into it. Defense will get into it. It was, and we got down to that 8-point thing. Defense, they turned around big time. The stop, 3 and out. They gave us the ball back, and went down and scored. And you could tell the whole crowd was, everyone that left was mad. It was crazy how big the turnaround it was, and the defense really stepped up, and I'm really proud of them.
I got a question on Twitter from Eddie Tamanis. Taylor, now that everyone around the league knows what you can do you anticipate being the target?
No. I still think that without the receivers and the offensive line that we have, this wouldn't be happening. So, again, if there is a target, it's the whole offense. It's just something that I think we collectively as a group did.
Do you enjoy this kind of attention and everything that's all swirling around all of this?
Honestly, I don't. Not at all. I would much rather be at home right now, just eating some chips, watching TV. But I'm right here in front of all these cameras, and it's kind of nerve-wracking. But I'm enjoying it while it lasts.
Taylor Rafferty from WTKR.
Sure, you said it's back to work, Richmond next, but knowing that Richmond was highly after you, why did you choose Old Dominion over Richmond?
I went on an unofficial visit up to Richmond my senior year, and I really liked it up there. It was a great campus. It was a good program up there, and but they didn't offer me at that time, and it was late in my senior season, and I had no offers, so it really came to my mind that it would mean a lot to me for someone to offer me, despite my size. The first one to offer me is really going to mean a lot, and for Old Dominion to offer me without even seeing me, not even seeing me play in person, it meant a lot. And after researching the program, they won a lot of games in the first 3 years. They have great facilities in a great area, and a beautiful campus. So I found nothing wrong with it. Same offense I ran. I felt very comfortable with the coaches. There was nothing wrong with this program.
Questions, Mason Kern?
How was your mindset change from year one? You just like you said, kind of forced in, to now, you came into the season knowing, and they started. How How has that changed?
It's changed a lot. Last year I came in the fourth game season against UMass, and you know, I was throwing. I only knew about 50% of the offense. You know, again, the coaches really dummied it down for me to be successful. This offseason I really put an emphasis on learning the whole offense. You know, 100% of the playbook. So that's one thing I really worked on. Again, I was honored being a captain of the team. So I also felt like I needed to, you know, step up in some kind of way. So it's definitely a change from last year to this year.
Any more questions, Ted Alexander?
After this, we'll all try and turn the page from that epic video game that was Saturday. What was it like to be part of that? You're getting blown out of your own building in the third quarter. You have the halftime speech, and they score on their first drive. It's 47-24. The crowd's starting to seep away. What you guys did, what was that like to be a part of?
It was unreal. Again, in the first half, you know, we were down by that many points. We've never been in that situation before. And again, we knew that our offense could, you know, strike at any point very quickly. And again, I know our defense is capable of playing very well. And you know, I saw all these fans leaving the stands, and I was just like, and it really made me mad. So you know, something got into me, and you know, I think everyone on the team got a little something into them, and they wanted to make us come back. And you could just see it in everyone's eyes that, you know, we could do it. So it was an awesome thing to be a part of.
Any other questions from the audience? Any other questions from the phone?
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we'll wrap it up then. Thank you very much to Taylor Heinicke. We appreciate you coming out to today's press conference.